Hi, Maggie. I saw your question here talking about the confidence interval, and I wanted to kind of explain it to you. So, when looking at confidence intervals, let's first start at looking at the general equation of every type of confidence interval. The general equation for every type of confidence interval is statistic, or sometimes known as population estimate, sometimes known as point estimate, plus or minus the critical value times the standard error. Sometimes the hardest part about confidence intervals is to know what goes in those spots. So your statistic or your population estimate is going to be the sample of what we are trying to create the confidence interval for. So your problem asks you to create the confidence interval for the population weight of these textbooks. So your statistic here or your population estimate is going to be the sample weight, okay, which we can denote here as X bar. And in your problem, you were told X bar was 37. Now, if I go here to critical value, your critical value, because you're provided the population standard deviation, is going to be a z-score value. Now, there are certain ones like 90, 95, 99 that are the most common confidence intervals that you may want to memorize, because when it comes to these critical values, you have to kind of go back to normal distribution, where this idea of confidence intervals here, if I draw it off to the side, the idea is that we have this bell curve and it traps like somewhere that 99% here is inside. We have to find that z-score that makes that happen. And when we find a z-score, the whole idea is we have to know the area in front. So we kind of have to figure that out. Okay, which in this case, we could figure out by looking, saying everything under the curve is 100. We have 99. And now there's two parts that are missing, which are the same size. So I would look and say 100 minus 99 divided by 2. And I get here that these values here are 0.5%. Okay, 0.5%. So I need to find the z-score that makes that happen. Like I said, 90, 95, and 99, you may just want to memorize. And 99 here is 2.576. Now, standard error here, standard error is for a mean confidence interval is the standard deviation divided by square root of n. And because you're given population standard deviation, it's sigma divided by square root of n, which in your case here, your sigma was 2 divided by square root n is your sample size, and you looked at 46 textbooks. So when I start to write this fully out with those numbers all filled in, it's going to look like 37 plus or minus 2.576 times 2 divided by square root of 46. And we would have to take it once when it's 37 minus, once when it's 37 plus. And when you go about doing that, and we round here at the end 4 decimal places, we get that our 37 minus gives us 36.2404. Okay, it was 36.24037. The 3 rounded up because there was a 7 after it. And then when I do the 37 plus, I get 37.7596. Okay, and that would be your answers. Those two numbers are your interval, and I hope that helps. If you have any more questions, reach out.